Hello, my name is Tori Kilpatrick, and the topic of my article is based on gender stereotypes and how it affects intelligence of children at an early age. The title of my paper is Gender Stereotypes About Intellectual Ability, Emergence Early and Influence Children's Interest, and is written by 3 psychologists that were motivated to write this paper to research the correlation between gender stereotypes and a child's intellectual ability and how it influences a child's interests. The data in this paper is taken from children that are around 6 years old, and both from 6-year-old girls and 6-year-old boys. For this paper's economic model, what is shown is M before equals 0.70 versus M equals 0.67, T equals 0.33, and P equals 0.74 for boys, and M before equals 0.71 versus M after equals 0.56, T equals 2.16, and P equals 0.037 for the girls' portion of the model. For this model, there are 3 variables, M, P, and T. M is representative of the magnitude of difference between boys versus girls. P represents the predictions, T represents the interest scores. The model takes into account a brilliance score and a niceness score that is rated on the scale from 0 to 1 on children 5 to 7. The results of this research is that male children seem to be more successful than female children because they have less of a concern for modesty because of their gender and the stereotypes attached to that gender. The conclusion that the researchers made from these results is that children correlate intelligence to be a male quality. This meaning that all males have to be intelligent and no females could be intelligent. An economic concept that has been used in class that is in this research paper is absolute advantage. The article uses absolute advantage in the way that males have absolute advantage over females because of female modesty. Absolute advantage is evidenced in the article because the data concludes that 6-year-old females start to feel inferior in intelligence to male 6-year-olds at a ratio of 0.037 for females to 0.74 for males. The primary cause and effect relationship that this model examines is the intelligence of boys versus girls based off of interest. Girls are taught to not interrupt, be respectful, and this can lead to people believing that they're unintelligent and unmotivated because they're not allowed to show their true personality. But the boys can be boisterous and bold to be able to show their own personality, which can lead them to appearing more intelligent and brilliant. New research that can be continued on from this research paper is by adding a new variable to the original model of P, T, and M. This new variable could be to add the factor of how a child's home life is, because it is very important to look into what happens at home with the child to see what type of pressures they're being put under. Is their mom a good person who has a stable job, and is their dad a working dad who does things for the house? And those types of circumstances can also lead into a child's mental state and affect how the child performs in a school setting, and therefore how they are intellectually stimulated. Another variable is to bring in a larger variety of age groups, since this study focuses more on ages 5 to 6. There could also be more focus on groups such as teens and adolescents. And while looking at these age groups, it can look into if these gender stereotypes have faded away over time in a child's brain, or if they have gotten worse over time. The economic research paper and my newly proposed research topic illustrate that the world should put more importance on girls, that it is best to pursue a career of interest to avoid decreasing the girl's potential just because she's a girl. Because even if she wasn't intelligent, she can still do things. Even if a man or anyone else isn't intelligent, there's so many things that aren't just intelligent based. And it is important to realize that, because it shouldn't be a limiting factor and should just open up new doors and ideas to people about things that they could do and things that, if they still want to pursue a certain career or something like that, that they can still do it, and that they have help from their community that is there for them, instead of putting someone down because they are a part of a certain community or they have a certain label attached to them. As for policy, an important policy could be made in such places as classrooms, that there needs to be equal opportunity for both girls and boys to express themselves without being put down, and to use less language as, oh, I need a strong, tough man to come carry these desks around my class with me, and focus more on which individuals are most likely to have the resources, facilities for a certain task.